From the late 1800s through the early 1900s, steamboats were the primary mode of transportation on Maine's Moosehead Lake, and dozens of these wooden vessels once plied its waters, shuttling visitors and supplies to lakeside hotels and logging camps. Today, only one of these boats still exists. Built in 1914, the Katahdin, or Kate as she's affectionately called, once ferried summer guests to and from the famous Kineo House Resort and other lake outposts.
I've lived here in Greenville my whole life up till now, so the exposure to the woods and Moosehead Lake were right from the first things I remember. When I got out of high school, I started working on the log drive, and the first couple of years on that was just spent wading through the water picking wood off the shore. I'm like, wow, this is going to be a trip. Holy smokes, what is this going to turn into? So from time to time, when the boat would come over, there'd be light of man. I'd jump on. I'd go, well, I'll go with you guys. I would hook up with my normal crew in a day or two. So when I first started, again, in the late 60s, there was no thoughts of it. It was just a way of life. It had been done for generations. Went to the closest running stream or body of water and put their wood in it and floated it to their mills. Things were changing. So we were the last ones to go. We held out until 75 here on Moosehead, 76 on the river below the forks. Wood coming down the rivers was over with. We all just kind of looked at each other and went, well, there it goes. That's it for that. We won't ever do this again. I never really thought much about retiring. It's one of those jobs I had, if I had a chance to do it again, I'd do it for nothing. It was a lot of fun.
The Kate remains the last of Moosehead steamships still afloat, but many more lie beneath the lake's surface. One person who has been fascinated by these sunken vessels is filmmaker and diver Ryan Robbins, whose documentary film, Sunken Steamboats of Moosehead Lake, sheds light on the history and fate of these once numerous and important vessels.
So a wooden vessel requires a huge amount of upkeep. Winters here, when the ice freezes, that's not easy on a wooden vessel. At a certain point, the management and the maintenance of that vessel gets to a point where it's not worth continuing. And they would strip the vessel, usually of all of its useful metal parts, and they would drag the remnants of that vessel out to wherever, set it ablaze, and watch it sink.
It really is kind of the great untold secret of Moosehead Lake that these boats lie on the bottom here and there. You can say to people when you're giving a tour, the first Katahdin, because this is the Katahdin 2, burned and sank off of Sandbar Island in 1913. That's one thing to say it, but I don't know that anybody goes further and says, well, geez, it must still be there.
Thank you for watching. For more exclusive video content, including short films, episodes, and features, be sure to click the subscribe button and look for us on social media at Explorer New England Films.